Hey, you guys, we went to go see Rocket Man today. And I just want you to know, like, it gave me all kinds of. I always look for the inspiration, and I really learned a lot about. I believe in the power of self-love, and you guys, it was a feel-good movie for me. First of all, I've always liked Elton John's music. Did you appreciate? Did you? You liked it. So I was just so like I did not know his past story. So what I want to share today. So first of all, that movie I really appreciated it, but for me, everything that his mom, his dad, and other people had told him, he believed for a long time, you guys. And the moment that switched for him, he's now been, I don't want to give the movie away. I don't know if you know much, but like he's now sober, and the story of when you start loving yourself, game changer. So two things. I'm going to tell you about something that happened at the Go Wild event, and I'm going to share something with you about going to events and doing things, because I feel like one of the things that I've overcome, but that I still am working on, is when I go and do events, I'm kind of a lot like a lot of you probably. We get kind of a little nervous to go do certain things, maybe a little uncomfortable. Some people call it social anxiety, and I wanted to share some things that I've done to get over it. Now, when I was younger, I was that girl that was exceedingly shy. Like, I'm not kidding when I say I was so shy that I would not even talk to strangers. And I'm not even just saying I got over it. Like, I was even in college, beyond college, and I was always that girl that if I went to, there's this game that a lot of people in Utah were doing, it's called Bunko, and I would go to Bunko and I would have anxiety thinking about sitting with 3 people at a table that I didn't know. Not that and it wasn't that I didn't want to get to know them, I just didn't know how. And I would often like talk myself out of it, thinking, well, why would they want to talk to me? Or, and I just always had that. And so I just wanted to tell you a couple of things that happened to me that I hope can maybe help you if you ever, or maybe you know somebody that goes through this. Because I think for me personally, I still have those moments when I go someplace and I go, will they like me? Will they accept me? Will they, because I'm a big people pleaser. I want them to like me. I want them to know the real me. And I don't want them to think, you know, oh, well, like just the other day, I had somebody that I met, and they were like, oh my gosh, I know who you are. You're TERESA Collins. Da, 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 da. And my first thought was, oh, okay, cool. And they were so nice. And then after they met me, they were like, oh my gosh, you're just like you are online. And you're like, and I thought to myself, it really made me feel like I appreciated that. And so I'm going to tell you a story that happened at Go Wild. So Go Wild is the largest planner event in the United States. And I spoke to 1,400 plus attendees. And I don't care what anybody says, I would rather go on TV, I'm not even kidding, than sometimes speak to crowds that are over 1,000 people. If I'm a smaller, you know, group setting, it's a little bit easier for me. But when you have, like, to me, 1,400 people, I get anxiety because I go, how am I going to connect with 1,400 people? How can I walk around and get to talk to 1,400 people? Well, I can't. So my message has to be very powerful, that they feel like they got my heart and they knew my message. So I prepared, I thought about it, and I just want to give you some advice. If you're ever going to a party, or say you're going to a business, something other, and I've heard people say before, oh, just fake it till you make it. I don't believe in that. I believe you should always be your authentic self. I just believe in this world, there's too much fake. So for me, I'm never going to encourage you to be something that you're not. First of all, always be you. Whether you're going in and you're meeting, like I remember going to a big meeting at Canon headquarters in New York, and I was literally shaking. They picked me up and my team in this limousine, And you guys, I was scared. I was nervous, but I went into that meeting being Teresa. And I remember they were throwing out, they were like, and Martha Stewart wanted this, and Andre Agassi this, and what do you want, Teresa? And I'm going, I'm simple. I don't have demands like that. Like, I want it to be a win-win. And I went into that meeting, and I go into every single meeting or encounter just being me, because I believe there's only one you. So the fake it thing for me, I've never done that. And so if you're going someplace, just be you. The other thing is I'm going to tell you about an experience. I'm sorry the twins and Brian are playing. They're so cute. So I go Wild, and they had a kind of like a private party afterwards where there were probably 30 people that got to go to this private party. I did not know the Happy Planner put it on, and that was awesome. I love Stephanie, and I've got my collaboration coming out with him. So I go into the party, and I want to tell you this is what I did. I don't know who every 30 people in that room was. I'm naturally, believe it or not, a shy person. I talk to every single person in that room, and it's just who I am. And I make myself do that. Not that I don't want to do it, but it's kind of hard for me just to go up to a random person that I don't know and say, you know, you kind of sometimes don't know what to say, but I want you to know I push myself, whether it's a business or a personal situation. I'm not just saying, that is for me how I've made myself feel like I'm vulnerable doing that, because maybe I go up to someone and they're like, I don't want to talk to Teresa. Or they may go, wow, that, you know, and I had 2 or 3 people tell me, you guys, they were like, I go up and I go, hi, I'm Teresa. And they go, oh, I know who you are. And I was like, oh, how cute. And then they said really nice things. And then I've had DMs since then that were like, I was there at that party all by myself, and you came up and talked to me. So there's other people who's just as nervous or maybe apprehensive as you are. So always remember that in a social situation. And for me, I'm willing to be vulnerable so that I have made sure that other people there feel welcome. And because sometimes those are, so I'll be honest, they were filming there, there's cute Happy Planner stuff going on, and then in walks the keynote speaker, the very final speaker at Go Wild. Her name is Terry Ellis, and she is the singer with the group In Vogue. You've probably heard of In Vogue, like You're Never Gonna Get It, Never Gonna Get It, that one, and all these really popular songs. So Terry Ellis gave a phenomenal, wow, she killed it with her keynote. She was the last one, and then 2 hours later, I'm at this private party that I see her walk in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because as soon as she got done, she was escorted off and she left. And you guys, I never thought I would get the opportunity or chance to talk to Terry, but as soon as I saw her, I will be honest, I fangirled. I knew exactly who she was. Her talk was amazing. And I said, wow, Teresa, you need to let her know what her words meant to you today. You need to let her know that she's a fan. I mean, that she's a fan, that I'm a fan. So you guys, true story. I'm there and I see her talking to a lot of people, and she's pretty bombarded. And so I waited for a moment, and I was like, you know what? And I'm fangirling. My heart starts beating, and I'm like, oh, you need to go. Okay. So I go up to her and I go, Terry, can I talk to you? And I go, I just want to meet you. I said, I think you're amazing. I'm like, not only have I been a fan of your music, but what you said today resonated with my heart, and your authenticity and your heart just literally was so strong. And I'm like, I'm a bigger fan. I love you. And I said, and she was cracking and she was talking about all this stuff. So what you don't know is when I said, I'm Teresa Collins, and she goes, oh my gosh, I was literally this morning talking about you. I was looking for some of your product right now. And I'm like going, Terry Ellis, you know who Teresa Collins is? So you guys, You never know. And had I not, my heart was beating. My heart was beating because, and I can't tell you how many times, oh, I love you. I'm not a celebrity. Sorry, I didn't know I was going to have them tonight. But you know what? My daughter sent me a message and she goes, Mom, I need mental break. And can you take 2 of my 4 kids? And absolutely, family first. Thank you for understanding. But you guys, that's what it's about. Like, and so I want you to know that she was so nice. And when I found out, we exchanged numbers and I said, hey, you want anything? Just let me know. I can hook you up with any Teresa Collins product you want. So Terry Ellis, you're the real deal. She's also best friends with a lady named Holly Robinson Pete. She has a show on and I was telling her, I said, they're best friends. And I said, I watch that show because if you want a reality show that gives you the feel goods, it's that show. It's called Meet the Pete's. And she used to be on 21 or 27 Jump Street. Is that Jump Street? All that stuff. She's an amazing actress. Okay, so that was what happened at Go Wild. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you is I have a lot of people that contact me that they have a really hard time when they're going into social events. Like they'll say, I wish I could come to your event in September, but I don't like to be alone, or I don't have anybody to go with, or it's really hard for me in a social environment. Or they'll say, and literally I've heard this, I don't have friends. And it breaks my heart because I have been there. I know what it's like. I still at times have those same feelings because it'll come back from like a, but I want to tell you, I push myself to do things that are hard. And I'm not just talking business wise, because obviously that's part of like, don't limit yourself. Don't feel that, because I guarantee you what you're feeling, someone else is feeling. Because I believe that even when you have a big event, there's so many people that are just, they're there alone, or they just really don't have that, you think about it, you tend to go to events with like a best friend. And so the biggest thing I always say is put yourself out there. You never know who you're gonna meet. And here's the thing, this is what I've learned about rejection. We're all gonna get rejected at some time. But it's okay. So my second thing I'm gonna tell you about was an event I went to myself just a few months ago. I went to Allison's brand school. I love Allison, love you Allison, I love you. And I went alone. I was gonna take someone from my office, but I ended up just going me, myself, and I. And honestly, I got talked into it because I was like, why am I doing this? But now I know that I needed validation on everything, because I've been doing a lot with helping other people with their brand, their business, different things. And so I go, okay, Allison, and it was literally like 30 minutes from my house. I go there and do it. I get there and I go, I don't know one person. I think there was about 300 people there. I didn't know one person at the event. I sat in my car and I go, oh, this is weird. So I literally said a little prayer, because that's how I roll. And I go in and I say, you are going to just, go talk to people. And because I wasn't selling them anything. I wasn't saying come, I was just there to like be there. So a couple of things I'm going to give you some suggestions if you kind of like are going through that, or you have a hard time going to an event. First of all, let the fear go. Like me with Terry Ellis. And I got cute photos, by the way. I haven't posted them yet. I've been waiting to do that, but now you heard the story first. So when you see me post the pictures online, and she followed me on Facebook, I think she already was following me. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. You never know. So here's the other thing. So when you go into an event, like I went into the event, and I just stood there kind of like, Oh, because I knew no one other than Allison, and Allison was in the backstage. She hadn't come out yet, and I'm sitting there going, what should I do? You know, who should I talk to? I mean, and everybody was there for a different reason, and I was more, I don't even know, to be honest. Like, I just knew that it would be good for me to go to an event because I always host them and stuff, and so I'm totally glad I went. So I remember going, and I literally just, at first I was right by the door when you first come in. So what happened was, at an event, this is a little tip that I've learned, because at Allison's and some other ones, a lot of times if you go right when you walk in the door, it gets kind of crazy and people, so the best place to meet someone, I believe, is where they're serving drinks. So I like to go look where the soda is, the water, because people are usually, think about it, they're over there and they're grabbing their soda, their drink or whatever, and then I will go over there, and then I'll say, when people are coming in, I'll say, hey, like, and I'll just go, I'm Teresa, what is your name? So that's what I would say for you, is like, and also, if you know, like, you're the person that just will talk to anybody and have no issues, because I've really gotten to that point now. Like, even though that's not my natural thing, but now I do, because I always go, I want other people to feel welcome. And so for me, I will make a point to talk to every single person I can. And if they want to talk, you know, you can kind of tell when you kind of click with somebody. And if they want to talk, I'm going to be your best friend. We're just going to keep talking, because that's who I am. So that's what I would say for you, is if you're looking to make friends, you have to be a friend, and you also need to put it out there. Take a class. That's another great thing, is when you're with like-minded people, whether it's a planner event, a scrapbooking event, a sewing class, a dance class, those are the things to do. And because of that, I have met people I would have never met. And also, here's another tip. If you have the social anxiety, whether it's a social event or a business event, people care about themselves. I'm just going to be honest. For me, no one wants to sit there and talk about yourself. So I ask questions about them, and I genuinely want to know them. That's another tip I would say for you if you want to, you know, get over the social anxiety, is ask them questions. Where are you from? And you will be so surprised. That's a game changer. And the other thing, and I'm very hard at this, like, because of my stroke and my memory, I am not good at remembering names. So, but I will. So if I do this to you, now you know why. Like, I would say, hey, Kim, and I will look, and if you have a name tag, I'm like looking at your name tag, and I'm trying to connect it so that I can always go, hey, Kim. Hey, Kim, that's Kim. Oh, Kim is from Michigan. Kim is from Michigan. And then, like, so for me, because people, when you care about somebody and you want to know their name. And so for me, I do want to know your name. And when I go to events, I tell people all the time, please wear your name tag. And they look at me like I'm crazy. And I said, I really like it when you wear your name tag, because then I will remember you. And even if I don't, you know, especially there are people who've come to my event for 10 years in a row. Obviously, I'm going to know your name. But let's say it's somebody I just met for one time, maybe the next time. But here's the thing, even if you don't remember their name, and I really try to remember people's name, try to connect with them, and there's something about them, whether they're pet, they're animals. And I'm telling you, that's what it's about, because I think relationships matter. And so many times, if you're doing, like, for me, no one wants to just be an account, or they're your friend because they're buying your products or something. To me, I don't think it goes, I want to be your friend first of all. I want you to know me, trust me, and those things. That's more important to me than me like, hey, let me sell you something. Let me sell you something. So when I'm at an event, I'm not going to be sitting there going, hey, you better get on my website and buy this and this and this, or you better go to Joann's or Michael's. That's just not me. And people know if you're just trying to sell them something or if you genuinely want to get to know them. And so that would be another thing too. So I'm going to cut this off, go help my husband with the twins. Thank you for joining me. I have lots more videos on my YouTube channel and lots of fun stuff. There's so many things that I could be sharing right now, but I'm going to cut this short. Thank you for everything. And I will talk to you guys later, and I'm going to go rescue my husband with those twins. Bye, you guys. Love you.